Good that you're watching to the Monday stream where we talk about the biggest gaming news. We're kind of recap everything in 30 or 25 minutes from now. The patch notes for the final Assassin's Creed Shadows update of the year will drop. So we're going to go over that. And apart from that, I'm going to quickly touch on some of the Game Awards stuff. Because yes, I was in LA. I arrived back on Saturday. It was a very short visit. I went on Tuesday, December, what's the date? 9th, I think. Then I arrived because, of course, there's a time difference of 9 hours. So I went there at like 9:30, and then I arrived 11 a.m. So 9:30 a.m., 11 a.m. Well, of course, the flight is like 11 hours. But yeah, you're going back in time. So then I had to battle the jet lag. Wednesday, I was kind of off. Or like I could do what I wanted. I met up with some other creators that I met on at other events, which was very fun. I also did a kind of touristy round. Walked across the Walk of Fame. Went to a record store to buy some music, and that was a lot of fun too. And then the day after, I went to an IO Interactive event, so we already saw your boy Lenny Kravitz, who of course is joining the game. And then we immediately went to the Game Awards, and this is one of the videos I took. So of course, if you've been following me on Instagram, you've seen the stories maybe already. But this was kind of crazy. So we had pretty crazy spots. And here we would enter. Like I'm super, like basically near the near the podium, near the stage. And then we had to find our spot. So we kind of did a detour because we went all the way there and then came out the other way. Let's see. I have more. Good to see everyone joining. Redwood Phantom, Black Knight, Zane, Sander. Good to see you. Severus, Kata, Jet Laner, Saber Knight, Tron, Kino and Sky. Good to see everyone. Carl. And of course, Jovika. What happened to the Watch Dogs movie when coming out? When there's always someone. I think it's always the same person. Who always asks about Watch Dogs, and they constantly make different usernames. So, Jovika, I'm not even sure if that's your real name, but I appreciate you constantly being the only one that still cares about the Watch Dogs franchise. But yeah, there is a movie coming. It's like an animated movie. I don't know what it is, but yeah, it is dead though in terms of games. But yeah, they're still trying to do something with it, I guess. I still think one day we will see a Watch Dogs 1 remake. That's still my prediction, and then kind of go from there. Let's see what I had some more videos to show. So I made a lot of like vertical videos for the story, but I do have some other stuff as well. So this is of course the opening. Let's see. Look at, I'm sitting like almost front row. There was only one row like in front of me. So it's pretty crazy. And then of course the Larian reveal. It's like the pretty crazy. And of course, Lenny Kravitz. So we saw him as well on at a panel, and then he was not wearing the outfit, so they saved that for the actual Game Awards. Thank Mark there for the very kind super chat. Hey Jordan, I made a song using AI. Lyrics are my own, but music is AI. It's on my YouTube channel, short section. Feel free to use it. Okay. Once again, you give quality entertainment. Now, I'm of course curious, so let's check this out. Can I click on your name and then go to the channel? This can really go multiple ways. It's a short. I see you like create a lot of AI songs for a lot of channels. Let's see if I can find my one. The one for me. What is the name of... Oh, JorRaptor's Quest. Oh my god. Oh no. like the only like AI songs I kind of know, or that I are the ones that of course Luke does with the Concord song and the Horizon song. I like that it's, by the way, a more like punk style song. Okay, I've heard enough, but I appreciate this. It's all yeah. I'm like really. I don't. I think the AI song things in general. First of all, Mark, thanks by the way for making this. Of course, yeah, you have to put in all the lyrics and stuff. Yeah, for the song to happen. I think it's very interesting the AI song revolution, but I don't think it will. Like, do you really? Like there are some songs that you can change in terms of genre with AI. I think that could be very interesting. But like, will people like in 10 years really be fan of an AI artist? Probably, but I don't think it will overtake the artist in general. Similar to what we're seeing with YouTube. It's like an interesting thought, and of course, every time new technology is being revealed and it's getting better and better, everyone's like, oh no, it's gonna take over everything. I don't know. I do think you want an actual human take on things, and yeah, want to be watching a YouTuber who is also a human and not an AI. I also think that, for example, for the tips and tricks and for the videos, I don't think how an AI could do that, because they have to then play the game themselves as well, right? If you really want to show what you're talking about. Either way, think out loud, but Mark, I appreciate it. AI songs are for memes only. I agree with that, Somaya. And that's why Luke is, of course, doing that. But yeah, I'm overall, not the biggest AI song lover. I would never listen to it, but I like what Luke is doing with it. Ipsy, thanks. Markerman, good to see you as well. Let's see what people are talking about. J.J. Abrams Solar Flare, like that game from J.J. Abrams, of course, the for loop, right? which was what the heck, not great. I do think I have, because I do think, I'm not sure if I think I do have it. I do have like a short video or from where I was sitting from the Game Awards with the for loop thing. Jacob have all the credits, yeah. The patch notes are out. Okay, we can quickly do it then. Chen and Hulk, thanks for joining as well. And Sander, I mean, Brock, he can say goedemiddag, but then just after that, just please refer to English. We no need to talk Dutch. I will also not respond to Dutch chats because again, then only a small portion can understand what's happening. I don't want anyone to talk their first language. Let's all speak English. So here is the JJ Abrams. Look how close I am. It's like, but we constantly had this big guy. So when I was like filming trailers and stuff, this guard would almost always be in the shot, which is so annoying. But this game, nobody is talking about this. It's, man, we really have to like get a whole study on this Sony live service push because they can't do it. The people in charge right now, they cannot see potentially powerful games that people actually want to play. Like, you need people to spot the embarks of the world, right? No Gangs of Dragon discussion. Bias cover from yours always. So Maya, I of course I did the whole Sunday video and I was like, I'm totally going to forget a game. And I was looking at it and I was like, okay, I think I got everything. And then the top comment is like, dude, no Gang of Dragon. To be fair, or is it Gangs of Dragon? To be fair, it looked awesome. I think it looks awesome. But there was not a lot of gameplay in that trailer. We will see. I will totally keep an eye on it. But as someone who's never played a Yakuza game, that of course also probably was one of the reasons why it kind of slipped through my fingers. But Somaya, I always count on you to keep me honest here and highlight the games that otherwise no one would be talking about. No, I'm kidding, but Needsif is saying, will you be making another video about your AC live stream with Simon where you summarize all the info? Yeah. I wanted to do it earlier, but I did not have the time. So I have now like a different angle for it. But yeah, you will see it before the end of the year. The last game they revealed was so mid. Yeah, people want to discuss that. So maybe you know, but I also joined Luke's stream after the Game Awards and we kind of talked about it. High Guard, is it right? It's yeah. I'm like I try to kind of understand why he did it. I will look at the patch notes, by the way, in a moment. That is, by the way, exciting that the patch notes are up. But yeah, this is of course the last game they revealed, and like I'm of two minds. On one hand, if you look at it on paper, it's like, okay, these are the people that did Apex Legends and also Titanfall. So Respawn, of course, one of the best shooter developers ever. And Titanfall was that lighting in the bottle moment, right? They announced it, you could immediately play it. And I think that's by far the biggest thing that this game should have done as well. If you have the final spot at the Game Awards, as many eyes on it as you have right now, and they probably paid a lot of money for it, then you should have some sort of beta, because then you basically what is happening right now is a one-way discussion about the game. Everyone is like, this did not look that appealing. We've seen these types of trailers countless of times with the heroes doing cool stuff, and they all have a variation of the same abilities you've seen 10,000 of time. But if the discussion is like, whoa, this looks like another Concord, why did they put it as a final game? But then people in the comments are like, no, but I'm playing the beta right now and it's surprisingly great. Then I think you have a good conversation, and then I think this game, it can be beneficial for this game to be in the final spot. Right now, this looks like something you've already played, and the only thing that this game got going for it is the fact that it's made by, potentially talented developers that we know from previous shooters. So, we've seen these things many times, and it's usually, I remember when Arc Raiders was announced, people were interested in it, and then they announced, we're doing an extraction shooter, and people were kind of down on it. Like, they were like, oh, no, then it's not for me anymore. But then the beta came out, and everyone was like, what the heck? Okay, this is actually really, really good. So, we will see what they do with this, but I think they kind of wasted their opportunity with this game. They showed it, it doesn't look that appealing, and now we have to wait 7 weeks. 7 weeks, not a long time, but you want people to play this game right now, and not wait 7 weeks, because I do think, they're not going to get another big stage like the Game Awards. So I'm really curious. They will probably go to every big streamer that plays these games and pay them a lot of money to play it for one day. But yeah, I think they could have done way more with this, basically. What's the breaking news, brother? Well, Mr. Friendly Boy, we're always just talking about the news here on Monday. So let me go to the patch notes, because they should be out. Did they tweeted it out already, or are the patch notes just live? I think they probably tweeted it out at the 6th. So if we go to the patch notes, we can patch notes, Assassin's Creed Shadows. If you want me to stay. There it is. Yeah. Oh, whoa. We got some images. That for sure is exciting. I can, after that, also... here we got the new finishers. Nice. Good stuff. Of course, the update is dropping tomorrow. We got some nice... Let's go here. Oh my god. And we got some... Okay, we got a lot to discuss, so let's get into it. Nighthawk, I hope you had a good time at the Game Awards and trip. Yeah, I had an amazing time. It was overall a really, really fun... especially meeting the other TikTok creators. Some of them lived in LA as well. It was a super fun experience. I saw the Phantom Blade Zero people as well. I also think it was the perfect Game Awards for me to go to, because there was nothing that I immediately wanted to make a video on, if that makes sense. There was no Black Flag remake or new God of War or something like that. Then I would be like, oh, my heads are itching. I need to do something. And now it was like, yep, it was a fine Game Awards. We had some fun announcements. Perfect for a roundup in the Sunday video, but nothing I need to immediately make a video on. So, no, I thought it was perfect, and I'm not sure if I can ever get the opportunity again for people to just fly me out there, because it is super expensive, obviously, to go there, and I don't know if it's worth it for, in terms of content, I'm not getting a lot out of it, so it would just be for the experience. But yeah, I would then have to pay for the Game Awards ticket, which is a few $100, get the hotel, get the flight. I think I'm easily looking at $3,000 when all is said and done, or maybe a little less, $2,000. That's a lot for, something I probably cannot really cover or anything. So this was a super unique opportunity. So I'm super happy that I got invited to that. So appreciate that. So far, yours not a big Star Wars fan or Larian fan. My point mostly is, or Tomb Raider fan. No, I am a fan of those things. My point mostly is that I don't think like they were just cinematic trailers. What can you talk really about? To be fair, if like there are certain games that like obviously are more connected to the channel. Like if Horizon 3 would be announced with only a cinematic trailer, sure, I would be making a video on it. But like for the Star Wars, the Fate of the Old Republic does not exist yet, that game. And that trailer, okay. Then you have the Tomb Raider, also just teaser trailers, right? And like, no, I don't think it, like the Sunday video has all the info that is out there and that is known. And yeah, I don't think people really come to me for the quick Tomb Raider breakdown, similar to the Larian stuff or the Star Wars stuff. So yeah, in that case, it made sense. That's what I kind of mean. There was a bunch from the show, but some very cool looking games. Like overall, I think the games look great. Yeah. Yeah, I think the Diablo stuff was pretty cool and crazy that they did not say that in the show that the Paladin would be available day one. But yeah. Not a big Yakuza and Dragon Ball fan as well. Yeah, you're right, Samaya. I mean, that's a fact. I heard that the Star Wars game is still kind of in the concept phase. Yeah, Markerman, you're right. It's like the rumor now is it's gonna be 2030 when it comes out. Well, it's probably going to be, it's probably going to be like way later, or maybe not way later, but 2030 is still ambitious for a game like this. They're hiring right now. The studio that is working on it, they did not exist last year. They started this year. So I think he wants to get it out in 2029. But yeah, basically that announcement, it did not need to happen. Like what I said on Twitter, I think is a great point. Jedi 3, that has not been announced yet, will come out a few years before this game. To kind of show you the timeline here for how long we have to wait for the fate of the Old Republic. I think only bring out trailers when they have some gameplay to show. That's why I also said in the Sunday video, I think the Control trailer was the best one, right? That was, you did not hear about, like we knew a Control sequel was happening, but here you have a cinematic opening. They did some stage stuff, of course, as well. Then you go to gameplay, and then the end is like, oh, by the way, it's dropping 2026. And what I like about people like the 2026 date right now is that we know it's at least before November, because you don't want to launch around GTA, which means that it's in the first 10 months. Like all the 2026 games we saw are in the first 10 months of the year, which is pretty interesting. So Control, October, like all of those games that still feel far away will be October at the latest, unless they delay to like February or March. But yeah, Control was really, really, really cool. I loved it. Okay, let's go to the big Assassin's Creed Shadows update. The final update of the year. Let's record it and let's get into it. The final Assassin's Creed Shadows update of the year is dropping tomorrow, December 16th. We got the patch notes right now. We got footage of the finishers. We know what the Helix items will look like. They're kind of crazy and way, way more. So let's go over to the patch notes. I will link to them in the video description. And of course, I will do a main channel video covering the update like normal as well. So here we see it, the patch sizes. Let's zoom in a bit. Patch highlights, new finisher animations. We heard your feedback and are bringing new finishers to combat. Okay. Bring more flair to your encounters with a fresh set of finisher animations. Both Naue and Yasuke can now have expanded ways to end fight in style with more cinematic flair and brutality. Check out some examples below. That is a very long one, the Cannibal one. Dude, they're doing multiple for one weapon? That's crazy. Some of them seem familiar, though. I think, aren't these like from Odyssey or something? You guys are not hearing the audio. Now you shoot. Like, let me know as well in the chat, in the comments. Some of them feel very familiar. Dude, the Cannibal gets 3 finishers. But this feels like the heavy mace finishers from Odyssey. Oh my god. Oh my god. That is a really cool one. Oh my god. Yeah, we know this one too. This is from Origins. Okay, so this is like, is this all there is? Because some of them have only one, some of them have multiple. I'm not sure, but very interesting. I'm not seeing a new Kusarigama finisher. So that also would mean, I hope they still are doing a Kusarigama finisher, but they are likely just going back to the older games and saying, okay, we have a spear finisher, we have a heavy mace finisher, let's just put them to the game. But damn, they look awesome, especially the katana finishers. They really seem new. But yeah, this is pretty awesome. So good job on them. The Animus Rift, lost and found. A mysterious new rift has appeared within the Animus. Uncover secrets, solve puzzles, traverse across the digital planes, and help the guide. We all know the guide. We can't wait to see the guide again. I'm kidding. I hope this is like more interesting. I mean, I liked it in terms of gameplay. The previous one they did, of course, you go to a sort of spot and then you instantly basically switch from Naue to Yasuke and the other way around and do some puzzles. And we don't see it here, but they were teasing in the trailer that we might see a pirate ship somewhere. So I'm curious if it's just that teaser in the distance or if it will have a bigger impact. But that is, of course, teasing. The very, I mean, but that is, of course, teasing the not secretive, but that's, of course, teasing the Black Flag remake that we all know is coming. So we got a new project as well, Deviance. We're releasing a new project available in the Animus Hub called Deviance, in which you unlock a brand new bow staff, trinket, and more. Activate the new project, complete anomalies, progress through the rewards like the previous released ones. This armor set looks awesome for Naue, by the way. It's, of course, a reskin, but yeah, it's similar to what Yasuke got, the white one. Them adding a bow staff to this is huge, because this also means that if you just play the game, if you've not like played the game before, immediately activate this project, do the anomalies, and they can get the bow staff before having finished the game, and then yeah, play with the new weapon type. Really curious what the perks are, of course, on this, but that looks pretty awesome. They have vault access in the Animus menu. A quick access for the vault has been added to the Animus menu while in gameplay for easier access to the feature, because we're, of course, all using this vault feature a lot, but yeah, they're making it easier. This one is big. New resources available in the exchange. Gold, mastery, and knowledge points are now available as part of daily offers, which can be purchased repeatedly with keys. If you know me, I have like 16,000 keys, and I sometimes get a Helix Pack from Ubisoft. I sometimes buy them myself. So I have a lot of like spare keys that I don't use. So actually being able to, I mean, I'm gonna especially use them on knowledge points, because that should mean that I can also get my knowledge rank up to 10, because I'm not at 10 yet. So yeah, this is pretty interesting. Then we got bug fixes and improvements. Again, we will look at the new Helix items that got leaked in a moment here. Improved various FPS issues, fixed crash for stability improvements, improved the touchscreen experience for the Switch 2 again, which is kind of awesome, by the way. I've been playing a bit on the Switch 2, and you can really use the touch controls to, for example, switch loadout or navigate the menus. But also, if you want to look at the map, just cruise around with your finger, like a regular mobile sort of experience. So it's pretty cool that they have the touch controls there. If you, for example, play on an ROG Ally, I don't think that is possible. Then they removed an exploit that would permit double engravings on the Sword of Phantoms. They fixed an issue preventing Naginatas from being sold. Didn't know that they could not be sold, but hey, now it should be fixed. Resolved an issue where perks that checked mastery points spent would not update if mastery points changed after equipping the item. Again, that is very hard without damage numbers or anything. I just equipped a trinket that says, yo, you get 200% extra damage if you for your unspent masteries. Basically, so it seemingly did not properly work. You have no idea of telling that by just looking at the game. I will, of course, beat this drum, the damage numbers drum, until they finally add it, if they ever will. Simon has been teasing. I think Simon said they're not going to add it, but the stat page is seemingly still in the cards. We hold out hope. Fix an issue where upgrading skills to rank 3 would sometimes cause damage upgrades from rank 2 to be missing. Again, so probably when you update to this patch, you might notice that you deal a bit more damage because some things were just not properly working. The bow staff will now increase its affliction build-up stat when upgrading it to the mythic or artifact quality. So yeah, by using the enhance feature at the blacksmith. Perks with affliction effects now have dynamic wording that specify which affliction they apply, based on the item they are engraved on. Okay, that is interesting. So, yeah, I mean, you already saw this item does bleed. Seems like the word of the perk from the affliction will now say, yeah, bleed or whatever as well. Which can be nice, although it doesn't really change a lot. Fixed an issue where knowledge scrolls were removed from players' inventories. Shared skills between Naue and Yasuke will now correctly be learned by both. Okay. Added wording for the affliction after the flag perk to clarify it applies 35% build-up instead of a full affliction. Ensure that restore 6% health with posture attacks is present for all critical damage and health gain engravings for all weapons equipped. And yeah, then we have some other interesting things. Players can now whistle while using the follow road mechanic. Okay, corrupted castles will no longer reset when loading into a previous save after a season has already changed. Fixed an issue where enemies and loot would respawn upon loading a save before changing a season. Again, I have the patch notes in the description, but I think we covered the most interesting ones. Let's now go to the Discord, because we got the lovely Ipsop there. Let's see how I can best show this. I think this is the way. So yeah, this is gonna be the new Helix pack that will also be added with the update. Yeah, the name that we know here that has been shared in Discord is the Fire and Ice pack, and this is the armor set for Yasuke with like an ice katana. This is the headgear for now. It seems like a pumpkin. Maybe this was like planned for Halloween or something. I don't know. Okay, this looks kind of crazy. A new bow staff. Okay. So yeah, that is for that. And then we also... Oh my god. Okay. This is gonna be the mount. Kind of like the Sauron pack and stuff, right? And... Oh, this is the trinket then, right? So yeah, pretty crazy stuff. And then this is another look at the project items. I think this is a combination that we do not have in the game yet, but correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks kind of cool. And another bow staff, of course. And the trinket. So there you have it. The update again drops on December 16th. I'll be streaming it. I'll be making a video on it. So I hope to see you then. Of course, subscribe to JorRaptor as well. Leave a like, and I will speak to you soon. Goodbye. When is the AC4 remake getting announced? Yeah, good question. It's gonna be a while, probably. It's gonna be a while. Yeah, they took a lot of finishers from Odyssey and Origins. I think that's pretty awesome. But yeah, the finishers are crazy. I think I can probably post them on the JorRaptor as well. We will see. What usually happens is when you like do the finishers, when you look at the finishers, that you are gonna get demonetized. But to be fair, like I don't mind them reusing finishers next to the ones we already have, because it just means that when playing the game, you will see a lot of like different finishers. I do think it's kind of sad though that for the Kusarigama, they're seemingly not adding a new finisher. So it seems as though we only get new finishers for the katana. Because some of these are new. But yeah, this one of course also, we already know about this one as well. Now we need the rift skins. Those black glitchy outfits. Ooh, yeah. I think this one is awesome. But yeah, usually for the katana. Maybe they looked at like, what is the... Oh, I love this one too. Ooh. Maybe they looked at like, okay, what is the... yeah, this is the Origins one. What are the most used weapons? And let's just add more finishers for those. But it would be very weird if they did not add any Kusarigama finishers. But I think maybe that weapon is just very hard. And they saw that not a lot of people use it. To be fair, if they would add new finishers, maybe more people would use them. But yeah, that is, I think, interesting. Obviously, for the bow staff, it was not needed. But not having the Kusarigama and only seemingly one Naginata one. When is the next Lord of the Rings game coming? I mean, there are rumors that there is like gonna be a new AAA Lord of the Rings game. Although it's likely gonna be a while before we see it. That sword one is awesome with the face stab. Yeah, and just... I love the new ones where they just stick the weapon in the enemy, hold it there for a moment, and then grab it out again. That's awesome. So, yeah. I'm gonna go offline now and make the video for JorRaptor. So it's a bit of a shorter stream. Sorry about that, but that is, yeah, just because with kind of the Game Awards craziness, that's kind of how we have to roll. And yeah, I had to do quite some other stuff here on the Monday. But thanks as always for joining. Next week I will be back, but tomorrow I will stream as well, the Assassin's Creed Shadows update. So hope to see you then on the main channel, of course, on Twitch. So thanks everyone for joining.